If I'm correct, it's July 14th, 2013, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard. Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty.
I can hear you groaning
Oh, yeah.
inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 385 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have back from the dead, Welshy. Hello, Welshy.
Hello, I'm alive.
No,
I'm not
actually,
in prison.
he is still
You're
dead.
right.
He's just now walking dead.
I'm just a recording. This is just pre-recorded. We put it together in in the event of my death. We put together a
This
video.
Yes.
You can see how well rehearsed this is because we're all just
Yeah.
in sync with it too.
Let's be honest, we knew it. We knew this was coming.
this was inevitable. Also with
And
us
if I
on the show.
died under suspicious circumstances, trust no one, especially Breesy.
No, we all expected it. Also on the show today, we have with us Ham. Hello, Ham. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good.
And with us is Breezy. Hello, Breezy.
Hello.
Yeah, see, we used to have a bet going. It was either going to be Welshy or Breezy that gets stabbed in the alley behind that pub. And now Welshy's moved on, so.
Oh, I've
to
been
Vancouver.
stabbed.
So you're the one
Nice.
being stabbed. You know the alley I'm talking about. All right. So
Shady
this
Creek.
show was recorded before a live audience of which we may be a part. Anyone can join in a message about the topics that we discuss them. We might put the topics into the chat window in case you care to follow along, but you can always go over to the website, modsonair.com, and find the week's topics. Not this week's topics. Next, but maybe this week's topics. Depends on what you're listening to this. And for those topics, let's see. Don't click on other people's topics. We don't know where they go. And there may be some explicit language or adult themes. But since Strider's not here, it probably won't be so bad. He's having internet issues.
I'm sure there's some
He prob-
adult themes and offensive language he's
Oh,
delivering
yeah,
right now.
guaranteed.
We'll make up for it.
He probably tried to update Skype, and this is what happened. If you were pre-show, you'd understand. You gotta come early and see what's going on, and why we why the show goes the way it goes.
Yeah. Either pretext.
All right, so we have a few topics to discuss, and I don't have actually anything in order, so I'm going to try and flip back and forth and try and follow this order. I'll start off with what's going on over at Microsoft. I'll try and follow this order for you. Ballmer is going to be, if I remember this correctly, going to be the head of Microsoft One, right?
Well, that's his vision. He wants Microsoft to be a Microsoft of one.
Yes, but isn't he heading up? Is he heading up a division for Microsoft One, or is he heading up Xbox One?
Ballmer? I don't.
Because to me, there's a slight difference. Because there's a little bit of a video that is a ridiculous video. I don't know why anyone put this together, but somebody did, and after
I
that,
think he is talking more about the actual personal computer side of stuff as opposed to the Xbox.
Yeah,
don't
I believe
know.
Ballmer's still going to be the sort of acting head of Microsoft in general.
So in other words, when you get your Windows 8 with the shitty touchpad device, it's this guy's fault.
Exactly. But what's this video that you?
well, this
yeah,
video
it's
goes on, and it's a ridiculous video because they have a whole bunch of video clips with no sound and only have him like reading some thing. Steve Ballmer, CEO, Microsoft. That's his official title.
Right.
It's sort of, this is more almost like a fan film.
Helping people with
Oh, wait, I'm going to rewind that because I want to make sure you hear it.
We're
Done with
about
Windows Movie
helping
Maker.
people with the activities they value most. One Microsoft, one strategy, one team, focused, disciplined, professional, and expert in all that we do, delivering on that vision. Create
Okay,
a family of devices and services for individuals and businesses
Why is he
that
shouting?
empower people around the globe, at home and at work,
Making his point.
and on the go, for
I
the
don't know.
activities they value most. We are in the most competitive industry, trying to do the most ambitious things of any
I don't
company
know
on the
about that.
planet. And the only way is to be hungry, to be
Google's more
motivated, to
ambitious.
really want to drive forward.
Although these guys keep up with the products. I want to play one more part again. That's
That
I think
empower
is pretty
PG,
important.
one team, focused,
All right, that's what I
disciplined
want.
people with the activities
Where is
they
it?
value most.
Say it again. The one.
One Microsoft, one strategy, one team,
One
focused, disciplined, professional, and expert in all that we
Okay.
do.
He said 1 3 times.
Yeah, but no.
Just
but
saying.
yes. But my point, I want to drive that point home because I think we're kind of missing a little bit of a point here. That it's sort of going over people's heads. Now, perhaps I'm reading into this incorrectly, so correct me, please. All right. I don't think they're making a gaming console.
Well, but this is why I think he's not even talking about the Xbox at this point.
I know, but besides that, I don't think Xbox One is a gaming console. And
No, it's not. It's a entertainment system.
Yes.
Right.
But
Well,
everyone's saying.
Entertainment.
Yeah,
Air
but
quotes.
you see, that's the point. Microsoft is not building a game console.
No, they aren't.
And I don't know if people are actually realizing that. And that's why, when they first did this huge press release as far as what it can do, it wasn't going on. Well, it can play this game, and it can be beautiful with this game, and do tessellation beyond anything you've ever seen before, and at the same time, it can crunch all your Bitcoin so you can make money on the side. No, it doesn't do all this game-related stuff. What it does is...
Watch TV.
It entertains.
On your TV.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So...
It seems as if Microsoft is currently they're stumbling. I'm sure they're aware that publicly they come up with all these sort of vague statements to say something else, but they're stumbling. And so Ballmer's trying to realign, to use that corporate term, trying to realign everything and trying to unify stuff. So stop so many departments working on similar things and sort of unify things so that they're only focusing on a few things. I think his idea is that if Microsoft focuses on just a few things instead of this sort of sprawling array of stuff, that the company will come up with something good. Why is my PC on now? Okay. Anyway, just noticed it was on.
Hear you, Ham.
Yeah.
Can't say that, Dave.
I know I'll be arrested maybe, but so I think from where I sit, I think it's still the wrong approach. This whole idea that we need to sort of bring together everything to come up with one approach. It seems like going from one extreme to the other, where now Microsoft has this vision that everybody should be using their products in one particular fashion. So I don't think they're targeting multiple audiences. Instead, they're trying to sort of reach out to one particular audience, and if you aren't part of the audience, then you're doing it wrong. And that's the whole thing with the Xbox One, is that it's made for their gamer, and if you're not their gamer, then either you're not the gamer that they want, or you're the wrong type of gamer, and you should become what we think you should be. It's just they didn't build a console; they built an entertainment hub.
Yeah.
With Windows 8, they didn't build a desktop OS; they built a mobile operating system. And with Windows Phone, they're just trying to catch up still. Really, it's weird. And
so the only gaming console left out there is PlayStation? And Nintendo?
I'd go as far as to say that, yeah.
Right. Let's see. Okay. I noticed the graphic I put up there. Sorry for some freezing up of some videos while I took that screenshot so I could show it to you. But we also have what I'm looking at the GameStop website. I'll go over to PS4. It says PS4 console. So it's definitely a console. It's not an all-in-one entertainment system. So that gives you a little bit more hope as far as what is going on. What was PS3? It doesn't say up at the top. Shop for systems, accessories. Does it? No. What was Xbox 360? It doesn't give it a name. Doesn't tell you what it is. Over at GameStop, I don't know.
Well, my memory is a little fuzzy in all areas, but I do recall the Xbox and the Xbox 360 being described as game consoles. Even in the marketing, it was a game console.
Right. Does this mean something to the gaming industry? That we're now losing these big supporters, these companies who are making game-specific products. Now it's an all-in-one, and you know what happens when things go all-in-one.
It turns into those like TV boys from the 90s where you get like 50 games in one.
Those things.
It's just
no. Microsoft very much seems to think that we're getting dumber. I think is Microsoft seems to think that everybody is just regressing into, which with some people I agree, that people are getting dumber. But generally speaking, we're actually, as you know, think of 20 years ago and think of now the difference in technology and how people have actually integrated to it. You know, it's like it's not as if they brought out the iPhone and people are like, how work? I get the feeling that Microsoft still thinks that people are just idiots. Oh, we need an OS that just has some boxes so people can touch it, because if we don't do that, people will never figure out what to do. It's like, Microsoft, you're now getting to the stage where our generation was the generation where we didn't have the internet, and we're past that now. We're in the next generation of people grew up with the internet. They grew up with phones and laptops and gaming, and Microsoft is just, it seems like it's very reluctant to be like, no, we should actually, you know what, these people are intelligent. They grew up with this technology. They understand, you know, we don't have to dumb everything down.
I wonder if that's
related.
related.
Like still doing it.
I wonder if it's related to a study that was done over at Berkeley University, which I know a lot of people make fun of the studies, but I think this one was a very good one, very widely dispersed and well put together, where they say people of wealth tend to feel entitled by what they have. They tend to feel that whatever they say is correct because that's how they got their wealth, which is not always the case. And that they're willing to, well, aside from the study, that they're more willing to cheat and take advantage. But my point here is that when you get into a position of power, it doesn't necessarily have to be wealth. Position of power, such as Microsoft. Microsoft is now in that position, and so is every one of their CEOs that probably has that 50,000 stock certificates somewhere that makes them billionaires because they were with the company for so long. It makes them say, I'm with this company, I'm the CEO, and it's not what I say goes, it's what I say is right. That's how we got here. Because I am so rich and powerful, but they're not saying that, they're just saying, we got here because of me. I got rich and powerful because of the company, therefore I must be right.
Yeah.
A form. Yep.
But what Welshy was saying about them thinking, them basically playing it dumb and not giving us what we want, it might be the opposite way. Maybe they know that they've already fucked the game industry up, and that's why they've gone for an all-in-one. Because the games, everyone knows the games are shit now. No one wants to play them. So maybe they think, well, eventually, if all the games go under, PS4 is out, but we can still sell our console as an all-in-one entertainment system and forget the games.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I think Microsoft always has kind of this faith in their games consoles, even though they just fuck it up monumentally.
Yeah, well, they've got the money to prop it up for sure.
It could be simpler than all this. It could be that Microsoft, remember Ballmer was just there saying we're trying to be in the forefront of technology and innovation, and what they're trying to do is jump over some steps and just jump to the end. Look, we got this console. We know that TV is going to soon be integrated with everything. Let's just jump that and go right to it. And we already know that gaming consoles are going to be a thing of the past, so let's forget everybody that's now wants a gaming console and just give them the all-in-one. Which is actually, I think, is a huge mistake because the gaming industry is such a huge, huge industry with all the consumers that are out there that are looking for consoles, new consoles right now. And when you turn around and say, here is something that does everything that you didn't want it to do. Oh, right. Doesn't do
It's
what you
kind of,
want it to
well,
do.
I've already got a cable box and a DVR.
Yeah.
And, and I've got a PC that I can browse the internet, and I don't have to use Internet Explorer.
Right. They should have eased into it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, it definitely it seems as if like like you said, these are people in a position of power, and they believe like that they're right, and so they make these decisions without consulting the audience that they expect to sell this stuff to, and but they don't need to because they're right, and this is exactly what people should want.
The problem with that as well is a lot of these people that are going to buy this console don't even think about it. It's like the whole Mac thing where you see people queuing for a fucking week for the new iPhone, and you ask somebody why is it better? It's thinner. So it's thinner and it's got a slightly bigger screen. How big? How much bigger? Oh, like half an inch. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like quit your job to be here for the week? Yeah, they wouldn't let me, so I just quit. For a phone. Okay. And it's the same thing. It's like
I've got one and you haven't, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think a lot of these people are going to buy this, buy the Xbox because it's an Xbox, and when you ask them, but it's an Xbox. Yeah, but why? I don't know, but it's the Xbox.
Well, Amazon and GameStop have reported that they are sold out of both Xbox and PS4.
Is that where they said they had unlimited pre-orders, and then they were like,
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Turns out we don't. We're all sold
Right.
out.
Didn't they say that?
The
I
thing
think
is,
they did.
Yeah.
Xbox players are actually believing this whole hype thing of, oh yeah, the new Xbox is more powerful than the most powerful gaming PCs out there. People are actually believing that. And I know that because I've talked about it with people in work, and they're like, oh yeah, they're much better than PCs. And I was like, no, they're not. You don't understand how wrong you are.
I saw a comment this morning. I was reading some of these articles listed in the topics, and I saw a comment, and somebody, I think, put it very well. They said that the people who are sort of blindly supporting the Xbox One and everything it offers, these are the people who think that they're going to get another generation of Xbox 360, that they're going to get that same experience. When in reality, Microsoft themselves don't want that. So they're championing something that Microsoft doesn't even want.
Yep.
It's for them. It's not a game console. They want it to be much more than that. And games are just a small slice of the overall picture. And in fact, Microsoft will be thrilled if people were to get Xboxes and never play a game. And that's their vision. Is that it's going to be for people who don't want to play games. And I think it's a hard sell.
I agree. That is what it is. Yeah. All right. I just thought that was a really interesting thing that came up. All right. What else do we have in the topics? We have something going on with Oculus, and one of the guys over at Oculus is talking about how they're trying to battle latency, which is basically the lag that it takes, the amount of time, the lag that it takes a video to go from your computer and into your eye sockets. and
then the time from your eye sockets to make you throw up.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, this article seems to think that they're related, and I don't know if I'd agree with that. But yeah, what?
I don't know if I agree with that, but I like that it's battles latency and motion sickness, because what I think's funny about that is the guy at the booth when we were there at PAX, despite the three of us saying we felt sick, tried to then convince us that we weren't. No, that's like he tried to talk us out of thinking we were. It's like no, it's just like you can't tell me that I don't feel like it was stupid. And I think it's funny, and it's also funny because a lot of the kind of people that jumped on the bandwagon of this, when I know we've received some comments that were like, "Did you even try it? It's like the greatest thing ever," and I'm just yes, and doesn't change the fact I felt like throwing up.
I ran the same study in my office. It's true. 3 out of 4 people will be sick within the first few seconds, and like, they will say, "Give it time."
Yeah, me and Strider do not get motion sickness in any way. Like not travel sickness. Not Fireman's not a great test because he was like drugged up to not puke on the bus that week.
Hey, I got motion sickness and I was taking Dramamine. Yeah.
But like me and Strider, no motion sickness at all, and yet the two of us as well. It just felt like just puking everywhere.
Right. And you know what? You can get used to it. You can. I have bad motion sickness, and I have once spent the night on a boat. Somehow I was able to get through the first part of the night, and then I woke up fine, and then I got off the boat, and I was land sick all day. So, but the reason I'm bringing that up
You
is...
just like being sick, Foyle.
Yeah, I am just a sick person. Welshy and Strider, how did you guys feel, let's say 5 minutes later when we're going down the escalator? Didn't you feel...
Like, quite literally projectile vomiting
Yes.
everywhere.
Land sick. That's the idea. So it's going to happen that way too.
And it took... I know it took a good... Because we went to get lunch, and it took a good hour before I felt like not puking everywhere. I mean, probably the pint that I drank probably helped, but it was just the fact that the guy was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, we're you know," he kind of like brushed it into the carpet as if like. It's when I asked him, you know, how long have you had this tested this? How long have you had this on your head for?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, well, we haven't really tested anything that way. We haven't. Nobody's had it on for a prolonged amount of time yet." And it's like, okay,
Should probably try that.
yeah.
Well, they didn't have the dev kits out yet, and they have them out now. And now they're also coming up with the higher end dev kits. I think they're still dev kits, right? Where the resolution's higher, which may actually help quite a bit. I don't know. I know that when I played with it in the office, it not only was low res, but it also seemed like the outer edges were blurry. And like text, if you put text on the screen, you couldn't read it.
Like I think it's a really good idea. It's got a large amount of potential, but until they solve the problem of people wanting to provide airplane sick bags with it. Here's your Oculus Rift vomit bags.
This bag, this is the one we're working on. It's currently being tested on animals.
Well, having only tried the prototype unit at QuakeCon last year, I'm still, my experience was still second to none with it. And for you now, you can have unlimited time with it since you've got a kit. Okay. But with that one experience I had, it was mind blowing. It sort of fooled my brain into thinking that I was almost floating in the air, almost sort of keeled over, because it felt sort of, I had the sensation of floating. It was cool.
Gave me that sensation of stuff coming up my throat and out my, just.
I've talked about it before. Cause we tried to figure out what made us actually feel sick with it, and I think it's purely the fact that they make you sit down. Because
you'd fall over if you stood up.
Well, you'd fall over, but it's that kind of like disembodiment. Because, like I've said this before, I would look this way, and my character on the screen would be facing forward, normally like this, so I'd have my gun here. But physically, in the real world, I'm facing this way. So my body is twisted because I'm just in a chair. So I'm like this, facing this way. But on screen, I'm facing this way, and that's what made me feel sick, was the fact that it's like it fooled my brain a little bit, because I'm looking at something in this direction, but I'm facing the other. That's what I think made me feel sick.
You need that Omni thing that you can run on and stand.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like if in real life you kind of, even if you close your eyes, you still know where your arms are, you still know where your feet are, you still kind of know where your legs are. But with that on, it was like most people do, and it's like when you're facing this way, but your body's facing this way, and your head, and it was just like
I sort of think that's sort of a testament to how monumental this is. The fact that it can sort of fool your brain. It doesn't feel like I don't know, like it's trying to accomplish something that it's not. Obviously, you want to take care of motion sickness. You want to take care of latency. So it is as best a representation of a virtual world as possible.
What I think would help is if they made it wireless, and it meant it would. Yeah. Because that way you can get up, you can walk around. I wouldn't recommend walking. You'd be knocking lamps over. But
going outside and walking in the highway.
Yeah. The sound effects are so good.
That bullet whizzed right by.
But yeah, or at the very least, just stand when you use it or something. So you can at least turn your whole body the way that you're looking, unless you're doing like you're flying a plane or piloting a mech or something, because then you're in a fixed position.
And I think the more successful things, at least at launch, at the official consumer launch, the more successful implementations are going to be the things where you sit in cockpits.
Yeah, because then it's just head movement.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. And those things hopefully should be really fun.
Because I believe we played, was it Doom? I think it was Doom, like Doom 3 or something.
What? Yes. I'm pretty. Was it Doom or was it just Quake
I don't know if it was
4?
3, but I'm sure it was Doom.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Which is a first-person shooter, and that's where I had the problem, because you're aiming with your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna clearly for first-person things where you're not inside some sort of cockpit. I think there's gonna have to be some new control scheme that somebody comes up with, because aiming with your head it feels weird. It's not good.
The idea is very cool. I mean, I did play some Team Fortress 2 with it, and standing and watching a rocket fly by you, just turn your head and watch it go by, and then that is kind of neat.
Yeah.
And distracting, and it changes the game.
And I think there
It's
are
cool.
talks about having armor incorporate it. I read the other day.
So
That makes me
if
happy.
they get that right, that will be good, because that game has the ability to move your head independently of your body. So I can run this way in the game, but I can look to my right, I can look to my left, I can look above me. And it's not like remember in some of the older Battlefields where it's that kind of lock to straight up or straight. It's like a full, I can turn my head, I can look over my shoulder, which that is where this will come in. Actually, be pretty good, I think, if you can solve the motion.
Right.
Yeah.
Making it wireless is probably a bad idea, though. That would probably add to the lag. The latency.
Yeah,
Right.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
and people would quite literally be falling out of office windows and.
It's promising. If nothing else, it's promising.
It's like I want it to be good, but at the same time, it just doesn't change that hard fact that I felt like throwing up.
Right.
I think.
Run
I
on a
can't wait to
laptop
see
and
the
strap that
development.
to your back. Now it's wireless.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if
What are they
this is a
like?
good-
Poles with a string and they go.
Hold on, I gotta tether you.
Yeah.
Tethered gaming. Oh boy. You look like you're tethered swimming. That's just sad. Okay.
It's either that or it comes with like a baby pen that you have a fence off area that you get into and you lock yourself into it.
Well, they have it. Were you sick that week?
Possibly.
Isn't it called the Omni? What is that thing over at Kickstarter that got?
No, I remember. No, I wasn't sick that way. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was
Right,
like
the
the omnidirectional treadmill.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a little ring around you.
Yes. See, it exists. It already exists.
You could get one of those there's baby things where you put them in the doorway and it's like 2 bungee cords pretty much,
Yes.
and you just gotta. That would be great. That would be awesome. I'd enjoy watching it grow like some grown fat man hanging from the.
You see, you got to start doing your own videos. Get someone in
yeah,
that apartment with a camera.
The ceilings that would be torn down.
That would be a Francis video worth watching.
And the permanent yellow stains underneath from where all the Cheetos being stepped on.
That'd be great. I love it.
Okay, so there's I don't know if anybody's interested in this one, that Deus Ex has a spin-off going on. I don't know how many Deus Ex fans we have.
I like them,
Never
but
played it.
this is an iOS game, so I don't really care.
Right, the spin-off is now going to be iOS. That's the point. From Eidos, yeah, there you go. Which, watching the video, it's a bunch of cutscenes.
was kind of. It was something different.
It was really
So is it still a first-person shooter, or is it a third-person
Yeah.
shooter?
I don't know about. I have no idea about the ISO one, but the
Access granted.
Human Revolution was the first person.
Reconfigure the icons on the screen and the icons on the screen.
If only they showed gameplay, real gameplay, and not just these weird things. Okay, so no one is super interested in that, so I will jump over to Grand Theft Auto 5. They have some gameplay, about 5 minutes of it going on, and you know, I want to like it, but then, and I would probably be more excited for it until, you know, you get to that final line that states it's going to be a console exclusive, and you realize that PC won't get it until everyone's told you how the game goes.
Or if ever, in fact, on this one, I think they've been very because normally with Rockstar, like obviously Grand Theft Auto started as a PC game and then they moved to console, but it was always, yeah, we're doing it on consoles, but we are doing it for PC. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be. But this one they haven't said that.
This one people stroke their egos. It's gonna come to PC. I got a feeling. Every Grand Theft Auto so far has been on PC except the Liberty Storage or something, the Vita one or Chinatown one.
What I think is really interesting is they've got. It shows it a little bit later in the video. There seems to be a seamless way to switch between the characters.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
3 main characters, right?
It's yeah, but it's not like you have to go to a certain spot and like you have to say, oh, you have to go to his house and you just switch it. Like it's almost like you press one button and it like right there and it just switches.
Right. Here's the video. I'm going to play it now for those. The one guy rappels from the helicopter onto a building, breaks through the glass, starts to take a hostage, but then he jumps to the other player, who's sniping from another building, who's taking out the other guys, and then I think he eventually jumps to the helicopter and flies the helicopter away or something, right? Something like that.
So, I don't know. I have no evidence to support this, but I'd actually kind of really hope that there's going to be a co-op feature with these two guys.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right.
When not on a mission, the use of 3 lead
And
characters
that'd be nice.
also allow for
So this is the first one I'm guessing a series of videos,
at any moment.
which they did something similar for Max Payne
Been up to if they go about their
3.
days.
But here we go. Here's where it like transitions like this. You just the map pulls out, goes back in, and you're like straight away. I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was if that is actually how it works.
Jumping
'Cause I don't
around
trust
between the
this
other
game
players.
like
Yeah.
You never know, do you?
The world is not
On the other hand, it could be kind of boring because you could realize that these other players are off completing the story for you until you jump over to them.
close to buy.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Do they actually do any sort of missions when you're not them, or do they just wander around?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
that's-
looked like they were doing stuff based on that video, but I'm not sure. Did
Well,
you
is
see
it
all the
they were
mini
doing
games?
stuff, or is that? Yeah, there was golf. There was like
There's driving. There's hunting.
Scuba diving.
Wow, no wonder it took them so long to put this game together with a studio of 500 plus people.
There's also
Jesus.
Can you
Christ.
imagine that many people working on a single game?
every aspect is fun and
It's
That seems like just such a waste of like. You could split that studio into like 3.
everything from driving and shooting.
I
mean,
also
if
like
you-
the way they've changed the weapon system. Changing weapon, it just showed in the clip there. Gone for that more sort of
However, alongside
Far Cry?
pop-up wheel.
leisure,
Or
Yeah.
Crisis?
take
Yeah.
care of business.
yeah, it's Grand Theft Max Payne.
Men are dangerous thieves.
I'm not sure how many of you all have actually played through Max Payne 3.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
I couldn't get
Is
to
that
two,
was
so I'm
was
not
that the
gonna get
latest
three.
one? Was that the
Yeah.
latest one? Yeah, yeah. It was alright. I mean, there was some pretty dumb things in it, but
The player
Yeah.
sets these up
I think
I
there's some
played it.
nice stuff with it.
then decides how they execute them and with whom.
And
So
multiple
If that's
ways
true,
to
and you can
complete.
sort of select the way you do the missions, that makes me more interested in the game, because I just found the other games just so sort of. If you think about them in
One-
terms of how the missions go, they're so linear. You just
They are.
You decide what
What
All the
Breezy's
same.
talking about is this video here is not just showing you where you can put that tramp stamp on your body, which is horrible to think of, is that they were doing a bank job where you could complete the bank job in like 2 different ways. One, you can gas them out and make them all fall asleep and go in there quietly and take everything, or 2, you can go in guns a-blazing. So it's like, all right, so now you can come at every job in more than one direction, from more than one direction, and it might be pretty neat. Yes, it's like an all-in-one game.
Yeah. Perfect for Xbox, all in one.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But isn't it exclusive to PS3?
No, I don't think so.
Xbox One as well.
Okay.
And just this. So the thing to realize is, if this doesn't come to PC, this will be a first in the entire series, with the exception of those mobile games. I think there's like Chinatown, and there may be one more.
I mean, regardless of what the game's like, if it's, I don't think it's going to suck because it's Rockstar. You could kind of, if there's one company left in this entire industry that you can kind of go, you know what, I trust Rockstar a little bit. It's them. But
that says a lot.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go so as far to say as like I'm not going to be pre-ordering this.
No.
Or anything like that. But you can kind of put a bit. I'd put money on that. Rockstar. It's going to be well done. Is it going to be the greatest Grand Theft? I don't know, but I will be extremely disappointed if it doesn't make it to PC.
Yes.
That fact. Even if the game sucks and I don't buy it and it's terrible, if it doesn't come out on PC, I will probably lose faith in Rockstar completely.
Yeah.
Purely because it used to be a PC game. The PC made this game. They were all the mods that people were making
City
for that
made
original
this game.
Yeah, and it was a PC game, and it was the very first one. Both those like GTA, and then the original GTA was like a shareware game.
Right, top-down kind of thing. Yep.
Pretty much. I mean, they put it out on the PlayStation eventually, and they got it into stores and stuff. But originally, it was like the very, very first version of it was just a shareware game.
And I don't want to hear anyone out there say, well, they went to console because it makes more money from people who are buying it on the console. No, they go to console because it's only one system that they have to build for. Not every computer with every configuration.
You have to give them a little bit of leeway there, I suppose, just purely because it is easier. I mean, it's one console you just built from like a development cost, but at the same time, it's like, no, please don't just use that as an excuse.
Right.
Please jump in there and go, you know what? No, we're gonna commit to PC. We're gonna continue building PC, and we're not just gonna port it over as well, which drives me insane. It's like Grand Theft Auto 4 came out on PC, but it is. I would go as far to say it's unplayable without an Xbox controller.
Oh, that's
Really?
horrible news.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you could play through the majority of the game, but there are some missions. There was one mission, particularly in the DLC that came out. You had to like fly an attack helicopter and blow up a boat or something. I physically could not do it with the keyboard and mouse because the button combination that it was telling me just isn't easy to press on the key. Like it was impossible. I then went back and got my Xbox pad and plugged it in and then did it easily because it's like the keyboard didn't have the sensitivity in the movement of the helicopter to allow me to do what I need to do. It was just horrible.
Huh.
And then you could plug another controller in. That's fine. If you got like a Logitech something. Or problem is it'll work and yeah, it's great, but it gives you the button prompts on the screen, which are still the Xbox button prompts.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
like it goes like press A, and you just look down at your like Logitech controller and go, which one is that? And then you have to, and they're not necessarily mapped to the same button, so you have to then go into the options and have a look and see which one it is, and then you have to memorize. It's just
Is it square or circle?
yeah. Well, you could there is an emulator out there that allows you to plug a PlayStation 3 controller
Yeah.
via the USB into your computer. I've done it before. It works great. And you can play games. But again, the same problem. It's like press A. Is that the X or the square button? And then it goes like press the the right trigger, and you press the right trigger on the PlayStation controller, and it's like, no, it's not that one. It just wasn't worth the effort of having to go through all this shit to just figure out just how to play it. It's like, oh, I'll just go and buy an Xbox controller. Fine, you win.
Looking at Grand Theft Auto 5, I feel like Max Payne 3 was almost like a dry run for Grand Theft Auto 5 because, I mean, the game is huge in scope, absolutely unbelievable. But it looks like there's a lot of mechanics central to the action that translate it from Max Payne over to this new one. And my hope is that they also learn something in regards to PC development as well. That's my hope.
Because I don't mind waiting an extra 6 months if they actually develop a PC version of the game that's like optimized for PC.
Right.
We get better textures, we get some physics going on in there.
Yeah.
All right, maybe 6
But
months.
if I have to wait like 6 months for just port, it's like why couldn't you just do this at the same time?
Isn't a year too long for a PC version too?
I think it would be like
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, and then one of the things that both Sony and Microsoft have been boasting is that the architectures is even more similar to a PC's. So I mean, there's no good reason why it shouldn't come to PC.
All right. Well, on the other side of the spectrum, we have Epic, who is supposedly working on some sort of new AAA shooter.
Is it Gears of War but without Gears of War? Circles of War, machinery of war.
Yes, Forge of War. Yeah,
Oh no.
they're working on this AAA shooter. I'm almost
I don't
want
care.
to start taking bets as to whether it's going to be a console exclusive or not.
It'll just be Gears of War, but it isn't Gears of War.
Is this the game Fortnite that we heard about a year ago?
Was that first person or third person though?
Fortnite
spelled
was a
Fortnite.
PC online game, which was like Minecraft meets Left 4 Dead.
Oh god.
Oh, that's not...
Yeah, it didn't really.
That says bad things all over the place.
I like you know what I like about this one line in here that says it's not aiming to beat Call of Duty in terms of graphics. Yes, because Call of Duty is well known for its graphical.
Yeah, the pinnacle.
Good god.
If anything, a AAA
That's
first-person
like
shooter from Epic, I'm expecting.
that is like pointing at a beat. You got like a car that's the wheels are falling off. It's rusty, and you go, "Yeah, we're building a car. It's not going to look as good as this one, but Jesus."
Yep.
I don't know. I've sort of started to lose faith. I love their tools. They make great tools for game production. But as a company that makes games themselves, I've started to lose faith after the Gears of War bit, where it's clear that Microsoft is paying them to just stay exclusive to Xbox. I mean, it's and it's clear that the audience is sort of saying, "Hey, give us more of the same." I can't say I haven't played any Gears of War game through to completion, but I've given the first one a good amount of time, and I've given the latest one a good amount of time in terms of like a demo or something that I picked up. And to be like four series later or 4 installments later, and to play almost, I mean, just like almost like a mirror image of the first. I mean, it's a fan service for sure, but it's not an evolution of the series, not that I experienced. And there's no good reason why it couldn't be on PC, except for those paychecks that they're getting from Microsoft. And I can't imagine that they aren't being approached by Microsoft or Sony for their unannounced title to make it an exclusive as well.
And you know what? I'm tired of shooters. I never thought I'd say that, but I really am.
I'm not. I don't think I ever will be, but I am in desperate need of something new.
Yes, there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's more. But I'm just tired of. Maybe I'm just tired of seeing the word shooter.
Maybe
It's like
that's it.
almost as if, it's almost as if nobody can develop anything else anymore. It's like, we'll
It's
just
as
do a
if
shooter.
Welshy went someplace and had a grilled cheese sandwich that made him sick, then he'd be like, I can't stand grilled cheese anymore. But you know he really
Yeah.
kind of likes it down deep.
I
And just
I still
can't do
like,
it.
yeah. And plus, that would never happen.
So their Left 4 Dead slash Minecraft game. You look at it, and it's I think it's like the first internal project using the Unreal Engine 4, and it looks a bit disappointing. It's very much a Me Too project. They're late to the.
Combine those two.
I have
It's
no idea.
I don't know.
that's just bad marketing. What it really looks like is it's just Minecraft. It's Minecraft in a different environment.
It's. I would say that is actually just like I said, a marketing thing where they've just gone. Let's put the words Minecraft and Left 4 Dead into our answer.
Yeah, well, when you said that, I
What year is
immediately
this?
thought of DayZ. That's the only thing I can think of that could remotely get that comparison.
What
It's a
they've
big open
revealed.
world.
What they've revealed so far is that it's like a stylized world. You go scrounge up materials and you build a fort, and then when day turns to night, then zombies come and you defend your fort, and that's I guess the core of the game. Which
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So essentially, that game has the same thing behind it as that indie game Don't Starve.
Yep,
Because that's what you do in that.
it's a Me Too product. They're late to the game. They missed the Minecraft boat, but they think if they throw Unreal Engine 4 behind it, it'll be okay. It's nobody wants yet another Minecraft. I mean, I could be
People
wrong
who
with that.
want
I'm not
Minecraft are playing
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say nobody wants yet another, but I should say that they're a little late to the game, and it comes across as a Me Too product because there's Minecraft, there's Terraria, there's Don't Starve, there's Starforge, and probably some others I can't think of, Guncraft, Ace of Spades, like all these games that are all about sort of building up a tower and defending it, and repeatedly doing that. And it's like, okay, Epic, you want to jump on the trend, that's fine, but people expect more from you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about. Well, I'll just throw it out there. PC World magazine is gone.
Right there.
Still, I didn't even know there was. I didn't even think there was still such a thing as a magazine.
Yeah. Go.
Is
go
it
to a
PC World or
bookstore and
PC
you'll see
Gamer?
a few racks of them. It's PC World game magazine and print version. I don't know if that matters to anyone anymore. I stopped getting
No.
magazines 10.
I still buy PC Gamer
5 years
and Custom PC, but they're the only two
Don't
I
you-
buy.
Why? Don't you feel like you get everything, especially on the show before?
Yeah, that was exactly what I was about to say. Like, that's the reason that I stopped. I can see the custom PC one, yeah, because you're looking at the new whatever. But I stopped buying I used to buy PC Gamer and I used to buy PC Format as well, which is kind of like a mix of gaming and PC hardware and stuff. But yeah, I stopped buying them purely because what we do on this show,
Yeah.
I would find out about stuff 2-3 weeks because they would only do
Yeah.
one magazine a month, right?
Right.
So I'd already know. I'd end up just skimming through the whole thing because I'd already know about virtually everything in
Yeah.
it.
Reddit.
Oh yeah, I
Nice
don't
picture.
buy it because I don't know about it. I buy it just purely to see what other people are thinking about it. Because I mean, most of us on this show have a very sort of similar idea of what's going on. So I like to read it and see what other people are thinking, especially when it comes to the indie games, which we don't cover as much.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I just don't have
Magazines,
time to read a lot of stuff anymore.
they can thrive with sort of exclusive interviews and other stuff that they can get sort of exclusively or much ahead of time, sort of like time release stuff. That's
They can't anymore.
I don't know. Well, it's like look at Game Informer.
All right.
That's a magazine that's in bed with GameStop, but that's
They
a
got us
magazine.
images before, but everything else we know.
They give us images. They give us some interviews. Sadly, people scan stuff in, so you still know
Yeah.
ahead of release date. But
Unfortunately, yeah, print is dead.
Yeah, I think it is.
And I don't like that fact because I do, I still buy comic books. I love the fact that you can go online. I believe it's Comixology. You can go,
Yeah,
you can
that
buy
sounds
your
right.
comics, and you can view them on your iPad, you can view them on your iPhone, you can view them on your Android, and it's great. It works perfect. You just swipe for the pages. But I still like the fact that I've got a physical book in my hand. But unfortunately, yeah, it's just print is gone.
Yeah. I think
It's like
so.
libraries. When was the last time you went to a library?
Yeah. I have no idea.
I go to the library often, but
No, you don't.
I do
bet
actually.
Cam
but,
does.
Is this a trench
I
coat
bet,
thing?
yeah, Ham's odd.
But it's. I must confess, I go to the library.
I saw the trench coat thing.
I don't know the last time I rented a book. They've got like DVDs and things you can get, so I just go grab a DVD or two of whatever the latest release is that I missed in the theater. So I go often to do that, but yeah.
But I just, yeah.
Actually, there's also in my local library there's a section where they sell books, and I've actually bought a book or two. I haven't read them just yet, but they look fun.
Won't.
I did I've got the book, and I'm like, I'd really like the ebook version of this.
Yeah, see, well,
But for the price I paid, I'm like, might as well just do it.
All right, one more topic I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Steam Summer Sale,
oh god.
which actually,
I do wallets.
Everybody loves the sales.
in about 60 seconds, I think, we will be seeing the new sale.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, new sales.
That's right.
No,
So,
I'm not,
Load up Steam.
I'm not allowed to. Steam stores experience some heavy load right now. Please try again
Oh
later.
yeah, I got that too.
you know what you got to do? You got to use your app.
Ah.
Oh, God. I refuse to install that on my phone because
I know why.
I will go out drinking and things will not end well.
Yep.
Yeah, but I do
I'll-
that anyway.
I'll-
I come home and buy stuff.
I'll come home and have bought there'll be 16 copies of Nancy Drew. Why did I?
Oh, I'm in. Oh, it's still the old one.
I got Bioshock the other day.
6
On sale.
seconds.
I bought Bioshock.
5 seconds. Daily
Is it-
deals will swap right now. That's still the old page. Refresh.
Well, the sale is going on until I think when we do the show next week, the sale will still be going on.
What did I buy? I bought Bioshock, Infinite, the new one, Sniper Elite, and something weird like Anno or something. And the DLC for Walking Dead.
Arma 3
I bought
is
the complete
Arma
Walking
2.
Dead.
On sale right now. Arma 2, Hitman, Portal 2, Sims
I've already
3,
got Hitman.
Fallout Vegas. I don't
All
remember
games,
me.
which apart from Sims.
Sorry, remember me? A Total Shogun, which is somebody that we've seen at some conferences.
They're
Deadlight
pretty good.
made
If
the
you like strategy games, they're good.
Deadlight made the special community choice. Some flash sales, including Doom 3.
Get it?
See, I'm kind of interested in that Remember Me, but I'm not 37.49 interested.
That's up there
Well, I
with a lot
picked
of
up
stuff.
that Defiance for £6, and I'm enjoying that.
It's nice. I ended up getting that too. Defiance.
Deadlight is pretty good for a little fun. It's like a side-scroller game. It's kind of
Is it?
yeah. It's not like don't expect an amazing. You can spend like 20 hours playing, but it's kind of fun. It's a little
No.
sneaky
$8
little
right
indie
now.
game.
Here we go.
Half price. If it
I
loads,
guess we
I'll
should-
see.
we should
I mean, the
mention
one- They've got Walking Dead there for $6.24. I mean that's a
Yep,
bargain.
I
Go
bought
buy
that.
the meta game here.
Don't-
That
Steam. I hate entering my age. What metagame?
Don't buy Chivalry Medieval Warfare because you'll hate yourself for it.
that's an unendorsement.
I refuse to buy Resident Evil 6. I just can't.
Yeah,
I can't
bring
tolerate
myself to do that.
Oh, I already own Deadlight, so I can't buy it.
And this is the problem with Steam and these sales.
I own it? Oh.
See,
You know,
I buy that at the NBA games, the basketball. I'm a big basketball fan. But the one thing that I just refute, it's got produced by Jay-Z. Sorry, No, you lost yourself a sale there.
I want that game as well. I haven't played a basketball video game in years, but the ones I used to play were so fun.
The
But the price is
2K13
never right.
series. Yeah, no, but the 2K13 series did a good job. Or not so much this one. I hear bad things about this one, but the two prior ones they did a fairly good job. But what I would say is wait for NBA Live because it's coming back.
Is it?
Like if you're a true basketball fan and you know that's all you play, you wait for NBA Live. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. Working on ball physics and all this crazy nonsense.
But is it going to come to PC?
That I don't know.
Because
It's EA, so probably not.
probably not. I'll take what I can get. I want the sale price to come down just a little bit more for me, because I do like.
2K13 is $7 right now, $7.50.
Is it?
Yeah. That's probably worth buying it just for the fun of it.
The page I'm looking at says that it's about 14 or 15 USD.
It says
but now it
75%.
changed. Okay, so that was weird. But so yeah, there it is. I might end up getting it then for that price. It's been a while since I played a sports game, and I did like basketball games. They seem fun to me. I might end up getting that. The point is this: the meta game that Steam is doing, the cards thing.
Oh, the cards thing.
Yeah, I think that's worth mentioning. And it's
What
just
is
'cause
that?
it's like, so Steam has what they have is a meta game now, and the meta game takes the form of trading cards, these virtual cards. So way back when people had better things to do with their money, they bought packs of cards, comic cards. And
I love the fact
cards.
you're actually now explaining like what trading cards are. Which I think is hilarious. And the worst part is there will be people that listen to this that aren't old enough to remember like what trading cards are. That's fantastic.
This is the world we live in now. So long ago, yeah. People would buy these packs of cards, and they would have artwork on them, and they would be pretty cool. And you would trade them amongst friends who engaged in the same hobby.
Just for the record, I was all over Pokemon cards.
Were you?
Oh yeah,
My brother
I still got
was
mine.
I still
a
got
big
mine
fan
too.
of- I've got tons of baseball cards. My brother liked comic cards. So now,
I've still got some somewhere as well.
and now Steam has this thing where you buy things, or you play games and you get drops, and these drops are cards, and they've made this program in a way such that you can't get every card that the game has, so you must trade with your friends to get complete sets that belong to a certain game. And when you get enough of these cards, when you make a complete set, you can craft these cards into a badge, and the badge sort of increases your Steam user experience score, which unlocks tiers of customization in your user profile. So it's a bit convoluted. You play games, collect cards randomly,
Well, no, you buy games to collect
Or-
cards.
or you can buy games.
Yeah, you can
So-
buy them, but you do get them from playing as well.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, you get them from playing, and you can't. There's no possible way to get a complete set by just playing the game. So you must trade with friends who get other random cards, and once you get that set, you craft it, and you create this. You unlock features in your Steam user profile. So if you're big into social networking and want people to stare at your profile pic, then I guess this is.
I like how you added profile page there. If you want people to stare at your profile page,
Yeah, it's clearly there are people who think this is a good thing, and because you can actually sell these cards. Not only can you trade them, but you can put them up on the Steam marketplace and sell them. And this is a big thing because people are buying these cards. Everyone that I've gotten so far, I've put up for sale and they have sold. And so clearly there's a market for it. The market is not for me.
but But my question is, where does the money you get go?
The money that I get goes into my Steam wallet, and the Steam
So
wallet
you
is
can,
I
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah. So you
purchase
can
games.
put that towards a game. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, or if I wanted to, I could put it towards a Team Fortress 2 item or more trading cards or something like that. All those things don't necessarily interest me, but there are people who are all about it. Who I've gone to some people on the friends list page or the friends list and seen the profile pages, and they've got sort of decorations and background wallpapers and all that stuff. But if you sort of boil it down and just remove a lot of stuff further, yes, boil it down further. What you can't ignore that people are paying for background images on their Steam profile, or they're paying for emoticons. I think it's one of the other features you can unlock. So emoticons for chat and stuff. And it's kind of weird that people are willing to pay for this stuff nowadays. This is a big industry. Because it's not just for Steam. People are paying for emoticons on Facebook and a few other websites now. They call them stickers now on some websites, but people are willing to go through these lengths of collecting cards.
I still can't believe that people are willing to spend money on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, and I know this for a fact purely because of the job I kind of used to do. I know for a fact people spend a large amount of money on Facebook.
Yeah.
Buying like coins and imaginary sheep to throw at people, which is all ironic because if you did any of that in real life, you'd be like locked up in the rubber room. But oh, just on Facebook, it's fine. It used to be not really used to. I'm still running that side business.
I mean, somebody could stretch it.
That put me through university. That did.
Someone could argue and say, "Oh, you buy
men, animals." It doesn't. No, I'm just gonna stop talking now.
They could say you buy DLC, and that's the same thing. But I think that'd be a stretch, though, because the DLC provides content that you can play or experience, whereas these other types of things, it's like it's a background you can look at that's not interactive, or an emoticon that you can paste in chat that doesn't really help your point.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's some sort of social commentary that we should that this shows us, but I don't really know what it is. Just other than people have too much money.
Yeah, if they have enough, they will spend it easily. So I don't know. I felt like it was, even though the summer sale starts and you need to protect your wallets, and that's important. I felt like it's worth mentioning that there's this whole sort of game around it, and for the last few years, Steam has had these sort of games where you do stuff, but this is a whole new level now, where you got people sort of paying to participate.
The weirdest part about it is people are it's a game, so people are playing a game inside of Steam rather than actually playing the games they bought, which is just bizarre.
Yeah.
It's the virtual game of life.
Yeah.
So there's some commentary here. I truly don't know what it is either.
Yeah, there's something. Somebody could be writing like a paper on this right now.
So we can call it the death of physical trade cards and everything else. Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to get into a metaphysical discussion. Instead, I'm going to end
the show. I was trying not to. I don't really have the intelligence of this kind of thing.
Oh, apparently you level up with these badges as well.
Oh, I'm in. Level up. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm level 22.
And leveling up is what unlocks these tiers of.
How do you find out what level you are?
Things.
You've got to click on learn more about badges on the Steam homepage. I'm on level 22. 500 XP to reach next level.
View your progress. Okay.
I am not even going to look.
Yeah.
I don't want to become part of this.
I don't see that. Wait.
You gotta scroll down a bit.
Scrolling down. I just
Do you
see
not
things
see it?
about what cards I have.
Hmm. Don't know how I
Unless-
pulled that up to you.
I sold said cards.
Go on the Steam store, and then at the top it should say "Learn more about trading cards." Click on that.
I learned more
Yeah.
about trade. Okay, hang on.
And then you scroll down.
Ah, okay, got it. I will see now. I say it says that I'm level 22. Are you sure that's not just an image?
Could be. That's a damn shame if that's the case.
That's just like the
You just-
example, image, you idiot.
You ruined his Sunday.
You ruined
it.
it for me.
He was buying games left and right to just level up.
In that
And it
case, how
just
do I
was
find out
League
what my
22.
actual rating is?
It's not going
I
up.
must
I
know.
keep buying stuff, and it's just not going up.
I must know what my actual rating is. Maybe it's on my profile. Let's find out.
That's hilarious.
That's
oh,
a
it
great...
is on the profile. I'm level 4.
It's a Far Cry 22.
I
You
can
got
buy
some
more
level
games.
Level 4, look at you. Alright.
Oh, I'm level 8. Screw you. I'm a higher
Ah,
Steam level than you. I'm just the greatest person that ever lived.
More of a
does it mean?
sucker for buying games.
Crap, yeah. How did I get to level 8?
Did
do
you bought
something.
loads of games? I've only bought 2 games on the sale.
I only bought like 3.
See, you bought 3.
You bought 3. That's
How does that
smart.
translate to 4 more levels?
Maybe the games were more expensive.
This
Whatever.
is
ridiculous.
All right. I'm going to log off the show because it's about that time. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this wonderful Sunday. Thank you, Welshy, very much for making the show this morning.
No problem.
I'm glad to see you're back. Ham, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it was morning. Sure, of course. And Breesy, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Finally, I want to thank... there we go.
Somebody.
People
Finally, I
and
want to thank,
things.
yes, the fans of Mods On Air and the subscribing members of ModsOnline.com, making the show possible. We'll be back again in a week. So, go out and earn some points. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at ModsOnAir.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@ModsOnAir.com. And please consider subscribing to ModsOnline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. And now for something that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Oh god.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
Holy shit! I did it! He's under there! I got him! I fucking got him! Jesus, I'm gonna need a shovel. Oh, this is delicious. I mean, you know, it's like when you work for your meal, when you really work for it, it just tastes that much better, you know?
So, what are you gonna do now?
Huh. Never really thought about it. Been chasing this damn bird for 20 years. I'm not really trained for anything else. I guess I kind of let my life get away from me.
Well, I'm sure something will turn up.
It's from Family Guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad, fucking forgive me for this. And then, all of a sudden, it hit me. I knew who I wanted to be. And I untied myself from that catapult, and here I am.
Well, that is such a relief.
I know, I know. So, if you have about 45 minutes, I'd like to talk to you about the Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
There you go. All right.